is he?
He just said Mr. Trent.
Then he could be from the milliner's.
If he'd been from Whitlock's, he would have said so.
No, he wouldn't, because he knows I wouldn't have seen him. You should have said I was out. Is he young?
Oh, he's young enough, I dare say, but he looks nobody's fool.
Oh, God.
Mrs. Murray will see you, sir.
Thank you.
I don't recall meeting you, Mr. Trent.
We haven't met. I'm from Mr. Whitlock, the hatter in the Strand.
I haven't seen you there.
It's unlikely that you would, Mrs. Murray. I work in the offices above. I'm in charge of the accounts department.
I thought I didn't remember. I knew if I'd seen you, I wouldn't have forgotten. Please sit down.
You know, of course, why I've called.
No, I can't imagine.
It's to do with the settlement of your account.
Was it necessary to call?
We've had no reply to our letters.
Well, you don't call on people for that reason.
If that is the only way
It was not
that...
necessary to come to my house. I should have replied, but I've been so very busy with domestic matters. Send me the account again, and I will see it is attended to.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Murray. I'm afraid the matter can't be delayed any longer.
It is most displeasing to be treated in this way. Of course, I shall never patronize Whitlock's again. You may tell Mr. Whitlock that.
I'm sure he'll be distressed.
Is that the way you speak to an officer's wife? An officer of the Hussars?
According to the Gazette, Major Murray resigned his commission some time ago.
Have you been spying on me?
No, Mrs. Murray. I imagine that your husband doesn't know of the account and that you are without funds and unable to pay.
Please, understand.
Oh, I understand well enough. If I didn't understand, it wouldn't have been necessary to call. Even if he married you, he couldn't make a lady of you. If we don't hear from you within 24 hours, Mrs. Murray, I shall send the debt collector to his office in this city.
Come in. That man, he was quite dreadful. He insulted me. He has even found out we're not married, that I only enjoy the Major's protection. Enjoy?
It's better than nothing.
I've only borne his neglect because of the inheritance that he's promised to me. I won't ruin that now. I can't. Damn Whitlock and the rest of them. All they want is money, money, money. 3 debt collectors in a week. They make me feel like a pauper.
Well, you shouldn't have bought so much. You waste money. You don't wear the half of what you buy.
I only buy things so that he should notice me.
Well, you'll just have to ask him for more money.
The Major won't agree. He's exact about money.
Make him agree. Take him to bed with you. My man would always promise me anything when his pants were down.
Alice.
Oh, there's no need to act refined. We both know what we're talking about. You haven't such a bad bargain.
Sometimes I wish he'd make the bargain harder. I wish he wanted me more, and that when he did, he'd do it better. William, I don't want to be by myself tonight. Come and drink your port with me.
All right, my dear, if you wish it.
Take the Tantalus into the drawing room, Alice.
Say yes, madam, when your mistress speaks to you.
Yes, sir.
Familiar slut, her manners don't improve, any more than her cooking, for that matter.
She tries her best. After all, you don't pay her much.
£25 per annum. It's more than she's worth. I only took her on out of pity because she's a regimental widow. You're uncommonly attentive tonight.
That's because I find you uncommonly attractive. It's been such a boring day. I've seen nothing but tradespeople.
I mustn't be late tonight. I've got a meeting at the Belgrave Hotel in the morning. I ought to be off back to my chambers. Not very warm.
I have difficulty making the coal last.
You had the same allowance as I have for my rooms at Whitchurch Street. Alice is probably stealing it.
Oh, I'm sure not. Let me pour it for you.
I think I'll have port.
Oh, have brandy. I have a fancy for some myself.
I thought you didn't care for it.
I just feel I would like some tonight. We shan't require you further tonight, Alice.
Thank you, madam.
What is wrong with you tonight?
William, I wish you'd stay here just this once and not go back to your wretched chambers.
No, I have too many papers to look at.
It's lonely here for me. Isn't it possible for us to be together more often, William? I mean, really together.
Now, you remind me of a young colt I used to have, always waiting at the gate. Haven't touched your brandy.
Oh, drink it for me. If you lived here and gave up your chambers in Whitchurch Street, it would be a considerable saving. Also, we should see each other more often. If I appear to be like your colt, it is only for the same reason, that I love you and want to be with you. What happened to it?
What?
The colt.
I don't know. Oh, yes. Yes, I think it went bad on me. I had to be put down.
William, darling.
Save it for Saturday. Colonel Anstruther is coming to dine.
I'm not here for his benefit.
As a matter of fact, he's bringing his own benefit. Mrs. Thornton.
I can't abide that vulgar, painted woman. Oh, William, darling, give me a kiss.
I shouldn't have had that second brandy. You're beginning to be irresistible.
Darling. Oh, William, look at my bodice. Just look at it. It's in rags. I can't possibly manage on my allowance. Oh, William, are you listening? I'm in debt.
I'm in debt. The government's in debt. The whole world's in debt. Tell them to wait. You have a little debt to pay me. Turn down the lamp.
Alice, I said you weren't wanted anymore.
I was just going up. I heard the noise. You all right?
I have a headache, that's all. I was just taking a powder.
Where is he?
He's asleep.
Asleep.
Yes, asleep, asleep, asleep. He's not concerned with pleasing me. He only cares about pleasing himself. I'm of no consequence, don't you see? I'm just under his protection. All he protects me from are my own desires. I want to be satisfied as well, can't he see? Oh, damn him.
I never fell asleep. Not before midnight. Ah, he was a randy one. He could satisfy a woman.
Shut up! Damn him! Damn the world!
Good night, madam.
Good morning, madame.
Is it Mr. Roberts?
How can I help you?
My name is Mrs. Murray. I was next door at my dressmaker's. A friend there told me that you are a solicitor and a bill discounter, and that you lend money.
Of course. Well, you have come to the right office, madame, and you can have all the money you want.
Please do not tease me, Mr. Roberts. I'm quite serious. I'm in trouble. I'm sorry to behave in such a manner. I'm sure none of your other clients behave in this foolish way.
Well, please do not feel sorry on my account. I've never had the pleasure of a client like yourself before.
I have behaved very foolishly, Mr. Roberts, and my affairs are in a most confusing muddle.
Well, I'm sorry to hear you say so.
I am a weak person. It's very difficult to make a strong person understand how easy it is to behave foolishly. I'm sure you have never behaved foolishly.
Well, the manner of my living has never given me very much opportunity.
I thought I would find it difficult to talk to you, that you would be cold and hard.
Please, sit down, sit down. Where do you live?
At Elm Lodge, Tottenham.
Your husband...
Has business in the city. I am very much on my own.
Well, why have you come here? Does he not treat you well?
The allowance he makes me is insufficient for my needs.
Oh, but I cannot believe that any man...
I've bought a lot of pretty things, hats and gowns, so that he might find me more desirable. That's why I'm in my present trouble.
And how much do you owe?
A great deal. But Mr. Whitlock in the Strand is the most pressing.
Well, why not tell your husband?
I tried to tell him last night. I asked if he would consider giving me more money, but...
What does Whitlock want?
About £40. It's been outstanding for a long time.
You see, Mrs. Murray, all things can be made easy if one knows how.
But what must I do?
You sign a note, that's all, for £50, repayable in 3 months, the usual terms.
But what if I can't pay you?
Well, then, Mrs. Murray, you will be in my power.
If that is all, I will sign the note gladly.
I cannot believe that you are serious.
It is a fate that could not be worse than my present one. And now I shall settle with Whitlock. After that, I shall go to the Crystal Palace.
I don't want you to think of me, of this as just an ordinary business transaction. Please know that you are welcome here at any time, and that I'd like to have the pleasure of helping you.
What is it?
It's nothing. A touch of asthma. It's the time of year. That's all. Now, don't forget what I said, and please regard me as your friend.
Are you there?
Oh, I've just seen a client, Dominic. What is it?
I've just finished these trust figures. Very promising investment. Are you having lunch and sent in from the Crown?
No, I'm going out. There's not enough air in Northumberland Street today. I shall go to the Crystal Palace.
I hope you locked the trunk again securely. I don't want the moths to get at the other things. The major is too portly for it now.
The keys are on the desk.
Fine. Hold it carefully. It can go in the hat box.
Somebody calling for it?
No, I shall take it. It's for a charity sale. Several officers' wives will be giving old uniforms. Oh, let me have the hat. I swore I wouldn't visit that odious Whitlock's again, but he does have the most fetching millinery. Isn't it pretty? There was only one other like it, and that was a hideous green. Don't you like it, Alice?
How will it be paid for?
Oh, there's no problem with Whitlock's now. Not since the Major increased my allowance 3 months ago. Surely I can afford a new hat.
When the Major complained about the quality of the mutton last week, I said it was the best we could manage.
He always complains.
And then he said the allowance had been fixed for a year and he couldn't alter it.
How dare you discuss such matters with him?
The Major chose to discuss the matter with me. If the allowance hasn't been increased, how do we manage when
It's not your affair.
Oh, quite so, madam.
But, since you ask, and since I have no secrets from you, I will tell you that some time ago I inherited a small sum from my grandmother. The one that died last year, you may remember. Oh, yes. I shall certainly wear this hat today.
Will you be home for luncheon?
I expect so, but don't count on it. I may meet a friend. What's wrong with you today?
Oh, I only hope you know what you're doing. But whatever it is, don't let it go too far and spoil our lives. I've nothing but a meagre pension, and the Major's been good to me. We're comfortable
But
here.
what's the harm if I've arranged a little extra?
Oh, so now it's arranged. I thought you said it was an inheritance.
What does it matter? Please don't stay so close. Your breath smells horrible today.
Why can't you leave things alone? What do you want?
I want a man, like every other woman. I'm young and healthy, and I'm pretty enough, aren't I?
You settle for what you've got. A faithful dog is better than a wild bull and lives longer.
Don't you dare talk to me like that. Why shouldn't I have what I want? I'm only under his protection. Do you think I want to end up like you, slaving in another woman's house? Do you think I want to end up a worn-out skivvy with bad breath? You make me sick when you come near me.
Is that what you think of me?
Well, I'm sorry, but have your teeth attended to.
I can't pay.
I will pay for it.
I would rather have them not in the head.
Get out of my sight.
At least my man married me.
And someone will marry me, you stupid slut! You baggage-trained whore! Don't think I envy you! Don't think that... Is the door locked?
Yes.
There were 2 men brawling in the Strand. I was almost suffocated by the crowd. And an ox of a man stood on my foot. I'm sure he has broken it.
Well, why not take off your boot?
I'm so exhausted. Please help me. You will have to undo all the buttons. Seems that whenever I come to see you, I'm in trouble.
I'm glad to be of service.
How gentle you are. You must often have done the same for Mrs. Roberts.
Oh, she has no finery. She does not care for it. She is older than I.
That feels better. Do you think I may have broken a bone?
Oh, no. Oh, no. You are not married to him?
No.
Why did you not tell me?
I didn't want you to think badly of me. I'm under his protection.
Yes, I know.
Are you angry with me?
No, I'm not angry.
Oh, what have I done to displease you? Please tell me.
Oh, nothing. You have done nothing. Look, can't you see there's no need for you to go on borrowing money?
How else can I manage?
Well, it's quite simple. Change your protector, leave him, and let me keep you. I'm sorry. I should not have said that. I cannot believe that this...
For weeks I've been praying you would hold me like this.
I'd be 10 times more generous than he. With me, you could have everything you've ever wanted.
What's happened to you? And there's your wife.
Oh, my wife and I, we've been strangers for years. I take you to Scotland. I have business there.
Oh, you're so strong.
If you put your affairs in order, we could go next week.
I can't leave him. I'm promised an inheritance for myself, a great deal. Please stop. You're exciting me.
I can't.
You must. Oh, but don't you see? I can't give myself while he's alive. If I were with child, he'd be suspicious. It's too dangerous. I am a weak person. I would want to be with you too much. Poor William. I don't wish him any harm.
Harm? Well, what do you mean, harm?
Oh, nothing. Just I was thinking, if something happened to him, if he fell sick or had an accident, then we... What terrible things I'm saying.
Oh, but does he know about me, of my existence?
No. He is far too arrogant to believe there could be anybody else.
I had business nearby in Oxford Street. Bring some Madeira and tell Mrs. Murray I'm here.
Mrs. Murray isn't at home, sir.
Well, never mind. Bring the wine. Well?
It's about the mistress, sir.
There's nothing wrong?
No, sir.
Well, if there's nothing wrong, bring the wine.
I know it's not my place to say so, sir.
Do as you're told, Alice.
Lately, she's always out. Whole days at a time. And sometimes not back till late afternoon, and I thought you ought to know about it,
Alice!
sir. I don't know where she goes.
Don't you know the first rule of domestic service is that you never discuss your master and mistress? Their comings and goings are no concern of yours. Sergeant Campbell should have told you that.
Yes, sir.
I'm quite aware that my wife enjoys visiting the shops. If that is her pleasure, it is mine also.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I have to speak to you again about impertinence, I shall dismiss you, in spite of your association with the regiment.
Yes, sir.
Alice, there are no Bath Olivers.
I'll attend to it right away, sir.
It's charming. But you shouldn't give me such expensive presents. Not when I'm so deeply in your debt already.
Oh.
Please. I've just composed myself. After that first time I came to see you, did you ever think you'd see me again?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. I had a feeling that day.
And I. I could have paid off your loan, but I kept paying only the interest so that I could see you again. It wasn't really the money I wanted.
Please. Please stay.
I can't. It is to remind us of his existence.
Ah. So, you are the mystery woman in my father's life. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
I beg you.
Oh, please, I'm not serious.
You really must not speak to me in this fashion.
But surely I should warn you that my father is infatuated with you. Do you know, he even follows you on the street.
No. If that is true, then I'm most distressed. I've certainly given him no encouragement to do so.
Oh, I'm sure he means no harm, and, well, you certainly can't blame him. I'm also sure that my father's much too respectable to keep a mistress, and you're much too beautiful to be attracted to him anyway.
I really don't know why. We've never been introduced.
As a matter of fact, that isn't my fault. I did ask my father about you.
And I about you.
What's your name?
Anne-Maria Moody.
You're not married?
No.
Then I think my father's kept you to himself long enough. Can I get you a cab? Where are you going?
No, thank you. I'm just going to the shop next door.
To the dressmaker?
Yes.
Wait!
Wretched fellow. He promised he'd only practice during the luncheon hour.
I shouldn't care for it around my vestry.
We're getting used to it now. It's been going on for ages. Perfectly safe. He shoots into the chimney rest.
But is it allowed?
Apparently so. He's a bill discounter, name of Roberts. He has to keep considerable sums of money at his disposal.
Speaking of considerable sums of money, I feel I ought to tell you that I find these figures disappointing.
I'm sorry, but they're the best we can do.
Oh, please don't squeeze me.
Well, what's wrong?
I have a bruise. Here. Below the breast.
He struck you?
He didn't intend it so hard.
Where is he?
Please be calm. I can't stay long today.
You tell me something.
What?
How does he travel when he leaves the city from work on his way home?
Usually he takes the penny boat down the river and walks as far as the West End.
And where does he leave the penny boat?
At Hungerford Pier. Why do you ask?
When you're next speaking to him, find out, if you can, the exact time that he leaves the office for home.
On which day?
Oh, any day, just as long as you can tell me about it beforehand.
What's in your mind? Why do you want to know?
I simply want to speak to him, that's all.
How can you speak to him? He'd never come here. There'd be no reason for him to do so.
I can approach him at any time I like. Any time at all. The Belgrave Hotel Company, of which, as you know, he is a director, wants to borrow £50,000. The proposition's been put to me already, and so you see, fate has already drawn he and I together.
Only trouble could come of such a meeting. You might come to harm.
Oh, no, nothing will happen. But I cannot go on like this, and I cannot permit you to go on suffering just for a paltry inheritance. I'll tell him that he must release you.
You must never say that.
Oh, no, of course not. It was a mad
You mustn't
thought.
mention my name at all. He might attack you.
Well, then I would have to defend myself. I keep a pistol in my desk.
But there could be an accident with a gun. Someone could be hurt. What terrible things I'm saying. I cannot allow it.
You would not have to be here. But if you were to follow us upstairs and wait outside on the landing, then you'd hear if he attacked me. You would be a witness then. You could say that you called here with your husband, and they would have to believe you, his wife.
We mustn't talk like this. I couldn't do such a thing. I forbid you to mention the matter again. It's taken all our time, and I cannot stay today. I'm meeting my sister in the Surrey Garden.
Listen to me! Don't you see that I'll have to see him sooner or later in the course of business anyway? Oh, please understand that I intend him no harm, so that our consciences are perfectly clear. If there is any trouble, he will have provoked it. Can't you see that?
Yes, I see it.
Now, all I ask is that you are out there, in case by chance he should threaten me. Now, you find out exactly when he's coming up to Hungerford, and do not distress yourself, because nothing will come of it.
Of course not. Last night, I dreamt we were in Scotland. We were walking by the sea. You looked so happy.
Wish I had my Whitchurch Street chairs. These are damned uncomfortable.
William, I've been wondering about Alice, whether she isn't getting past her best. She hasn't been entirely agreeable lately.
Well, if you want to get rid of her, let me know and I'll have Anne Strother sort someone else out. Yes, I had to speak to her myself the other day.
Oh? What about?
No Bath Olivers. And she was gossiping.
Gossiping? What about?
I don't know. I shut her up. In our position, we can't afford gossip. Let me know what you decide.
William, I've been thinking, wouldn't it be pleasant if we met sometime in town, when you're not busy?
Whatever for?
You could help me choose a new hat. There are often men at Whitlock's.
In the city all day tomorrow. I have to come through the West End on Friday. Where is Whitlock's?
In the Strand.
All right, then. If it'll give you pleasure. It's not quite near to Hungerford Pier.
You'll come on the penny boat, as usual. What time will you be there?
I don't know, about noon, I should think. Oh, I'm off back to my chambers. I've got a meeting in the morning.
Do you like my tapestry, William? It's for the bedroom.
Life passes, love endures. Yes, jolly sound. Good night, my dear.
Good night, William. I shall look forward to Friday at noon. Close the door, Alice. And come here. The Major tells me he had occasion to speak to you recently. What was it about?
I forgot the Bath Olivers.
And about gossiping, he said. What were you gossiping about, Alice? What were you gossiping about?
Nothing really, madam.
You're too old for the depot, Alice. Too old and too ugly. You'd never find another sergeant to look at you now. And you'd find it difficult to get another post without a reference from me. So you know what will happen if ever I should have cause to suspect your loyalty again.
Yes, madam.
We're none of us happy with our lot, Alice. But unfortunately, you are not in a position to change yours, unlike me. I have been able to improve my financial position, as you know. And I could now, if I chose, acquire the respectability of marriage. But you cannot change your lot, Alice, so you must be happy with it. So smile, Alice. Show me your good humour.
Yes, madam.
Smile, Alice. That's better. Now you may go.
Of course, dear, you can stay as long as you like. You got 3 dresses to try on, haven't you, dear?
I couldn't possibly afford 3.
Then the gentleman will help you make up your mind, dear.
I'll be glad to, Mrs. Lyons.
And you can take all morning if you like. No one else is going to be using the room. Oh, well, call if you do want me. I'll be in the shop.
Delightful.
How much did you give her?
I don't understand.
How much?
Actually, half a sovereign.
Oh, I am distressed. What will she think?
No more than the truth. That we're in love and have nowhere else to meet. How did you know?
Oh, she's never called me dear before. I'm very angry with you. When I first saw you a year ago...
A year ago?
Yes, on the stairs. I used to often wonder if we should ever meet.
Well, we've met.
Yes, we've met. Can you undo my belt? Then you must turn your back.
Is your family Irish? Moody's an Irish name.
I don't know. I should tell you that to your father, I am Mrs. Murray. I called myself that to discourage his advances.
Father, has he
Oh,
tried...
please don't talk of it. You can see the position I'm in, owing him money. Sometimes I wonder where... Oh, God, what a mess. Now I don't know where.
Oh, but Anne.
I need someone young, don't you see? Someone to protect me.
Oh, I'll protect you. I'll be your protector. I love you and I want
Please
you.
stop. What are you doing?
Oh,
Someone might come in.
No one will come in. You heard what she said.
Please stop. No, I daren't.
No one will come
But
in.
one of the girls. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Who is it? Oh, just a moment.
Curious smell.
Oh, it's friar's balsam. It helps my breathing.
It's not unpleasant.
Well, I needed it today. I've been nearly out of my mind waiting.
Major Murray is coming to the West End tomorrow at midday. He's taking the penny packet from London Bridge and will land at Hungerford Pier at 11:30.
Then I shall meet him there and introduce myself and bring him back here.
I'll follow and wait outside. You won't do anything. Unless he attacks you.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about.
You will have to remove the uniform jacket and destroy it. If he saw it, it would put him on his guard.
I'll get rid of it tonight.
Oh, please, Mary, please. I'll die unless I see her again tomorrow.
You'll give my place a bad name, you will.
Oh, of course I won't. It's just that, well, tomorrow's terribly important. And if all goes well, you'll be making her one of these. And there'll be bridesmaids. Oh, the whole thing should be very profitable.
Oh, we're very sure of ourselves, aren't we?
We are, both of us. And when we're married, I'll double her dress allowance.
Get on with you. I've got work to do.
Until tomorrow?
All right, until tomorrow.
Mr. Roberts.
Timms, what are you doing there?
I'm painting number 15. Did Mr. Harcourt tell you?
Oh, I forgot.
Fast in there, Charlie!
Before you start, do something for me. There's a good fellow.
Certainly, Mr. Roberts.
Go to the man at the top of St. Martin's Lane and buy me a canary.
Right.
I've promised one to a child, I know, but I haven't the breath to go myself.
Yeah, they're only 9p, Mr. Roberts.
Oh, well, the rest for you.
Thanks very much, sir.
Drop me at the corner of the Haymarket.
Right, sir. Major Murray!
Wait a minute.
Oh, it is Major Murray. Forgive my trespassing on your privacy, Major, but my name is Roberts.
Yeah.
Well, I happen, sir, to have seen you at the meetings of the Belgrave Hotel Company. My clerk has just been down to the city with a message for you, but they told him that you'd already left by penny boat. Can we go somewhere and talk?
My time is very pressing. What do you want?
Well, I can explain very quickly. I am a solicitor. My office is just around the corner in Northumberland Street. If you could just spare me a moment or two.
I'm sorry, I'm on my way to an appointment.
It is to do with the proposed loan. I have a client who's willing to put up the money immediately.
Indeed.
My office is just around the corner. A few doors.
Well, you understand they can't stop. Wait here for me, I shan't be long.
Yes, sir. It won't take more than a moment or two. I have to attend all meetings on behalf of my client. One would have thought that the shareholder
That
himself...
is not our policy. Is it much higher?
Yeah, this is it. Would you sit here?
Thank you.
May I?
Yes, I can't stay long. You'll have to be brief.
Right.
Who is your client, by the way?
He would not want me to divulge his name at this point. I shan't be a moment. What interest are you prepared to give?
I'm in no position to say.
Then the proposal is to come from us.
Yes, I can assure you of one thing. Under no circumstances would we pay more than 5%.
5% would do very well.
Yes, and you might give me a card of address. My God, what?
Maria! Maria!
Don't worry. It's only Father practicing his shooting. Tell me, when will you marry me?
Soon. Very soon. That's all I want.
It's our friend, the bill discounter.
Oh, of course, the one who disturbed us last week.
Yes, confound him. We've had a terrible time with him. Now, where were we?
The flowers in the churchyard.
I'm going to marry you.
If I'm with child, you'll have to. Pass me my blouse. What would we live on?
I'm a partner in my father's business.
And when he goes?
It'll be mine, of course. When he dies, I inherit everything.
One prays it will never happen.
God! What's happened now?
Dear.
Help!
A man's just jumped out of the window of next door, number 50. They're shouting murder.
Which floor?
I don't know. Get the police. Oh, it's terrible. There's blood all over him. He just missed the railings. What are we going to do? I've never
My
seen
God, he's
anything
killed.
like it.
Open up! I say open this door! What has happened? Come on, give me a hand. What did you see?
Yes, he's outside.
He shouted murder! Help the
Mrs. Murray? Mrs. Murray? Yes? Dr. Canton, the surgeon, would like to talk to you. I'll follow in a moment. Your father.
He's dying. Why did you lie to me about him? About everything? You deliberately set out to trap him. You made him give you money. You seduced him. You drained him and you used him, and there was no limit to your demands, even to murder. Why? Why?
It was for you, Dominic. Because I love you, truly.
But you knew all the time. You knew. While you and I were... You knew they were up there trying to kill each other. You arranged it. Why? For God's sake, why?
I love you, Dominic. Please, I was so alone.
You murdering bitch.
I have a visitor for you. I've told Mrs. Murray that we got the bullet safely out. He's likely to live to be 100. Stay no more than 5 minutes, Mrs. Murray.
Luckily the fellow was a rotten shot. Second one split my face, but did no harm. Talking about alone 1 minute. Next he had a pistol at my neck. Now they say he's dying. Oh, fellow must have been mad. You've been terribly shocked, my dear, but Canton's telling the truth, be sure of that. I shall be as good a man as ever I was. Do you remember some time ago you said I should give up my rooms at Whitchurch Street to move to Elm Lodge? Well, I've decided to do so. Yes, and I shall do less business in future, that we may be more together. You'll never again have cause to say I neglect you. I'll give you all my devotion, my dear.
Is he dead?
He's going to recover. He's quite well already.
His what?
The Major is coming here to live with us, Alice. He's giving up his rooms in Whitchurch Street. So we shall have to start arranging things tomorrow.
Is he going to marry you then? Did he mention the money? Well, we still have to live on tuppence. Are we to have any more, or shall we still be on that miserable pittance, eh? Oh, my God! What a bloody marvel, eh? You're back where you started. No marriage and no money. And still no bloody man!
Go to bed, Alice. You're drunk.
Oh, I'll go to my bed. I'd rather have it than yours. I've had joy in my bed. More than you'll know from now on, eh?